Hello students, welcome back to another class of physics wherein we are learning about the concepts of force and pressure. In the previous lectures we had concluded with the contact and non-contact forces, and today we will be learning about pressure. So before going into pressure, let us learn about thrust. So what is thrust? Thrust is, we may say, it is a force. It is only a force only which acts perpendicular to a surface. For example, when I hold a pen perpendicular to my palm, then it means that I am applying thrust on my palm. But if I hold the pen like this, then I am not applying thrust, but I am applying some force. This force which I am applying will have a perpendicular component also, but that will be lesser than this case where I am applying entire effort perpendicular to the surface. So force which acts perpendicular to a surface is known as thrust, and since it is a force only, so its SI unit is Newton, as all the forces are measured in newtons. Then whatever thrust we are applying, that thrust has its effect on the area of contact. For example, in case of this pen, you can do this activity with me while watching the video also. This part of the pen is a tip which has a smaller area. This part of the pen has a broader area. Suppose I take this pen and press it against my hand like this. I feel some effect of the force or the thrust that I am applying on the pen because the tip is very shorter area, smaller area. Now I reverse the side of the pen and apply the same thrust on my hand. Can you feel the difference? Do this activity yourself and you will understand that there is some effect of force which depends upon area, and this effect is known as pressure. So what is pressure? Pressure is thrust acting on unit area. Thrust per unit area is known as pressure, and as I told you, thrust has its SI unit as Newton and area has SI unit as meter square. So the SI unit of pressure becomes Newton per meter square, or it is also known as Pascal. So we can see here that pressure depends upon two parameters. One is thrust, the other one is area. So for a given amount of thrust, pressure will be more if the area is less, and pressure will be less if the area is more. That is clearly seen from this expression. Another important thing is that if the area is the same and you keep on increasing the thrust, then pressure will be more. So pressure depends upon thrust and area, directly related to thrust and inversely related to area. There are many questions which are asked on the basis of this concept, that why is it easier to cut with a sharp knife? Sharper knife has a very thin edge. The thin edge of the sharp knife, this thin edge provides a lesser area. Area is very small. So even a small amount of thrust will apply a greater amount of pressure and the vegetables would be cut down very easily. Similarly, the school bags, in case of school bags, we see that their straps are broad and they are not so thin as a very thin string. Why is it so? Because the force exerted by the school bag on the shoulders because of their weight will be distributed on this broader area more. So we will experience a lesser pressure on the shoulders, as in case of this thin string the area is very less. So the pressure exerted on the shoulders will be very large and that will create a great pain in the shoulders. So this kind of questions are asked in case of reasoning based on concept. Another type of question which can be asked could be a numerical. Numerical could be asked as, suppose a girl has its weight, the weight of girl is 60 kg and area of her foot, 1 foot, has an area of say 20 centimeters square. So if these are the cases, then we will have to find out the thrust. So here the weight of the girl is the thrust. So thrust is in kg here and area is in centimeter square here. If you are not specified in the question that in what units you have to find, you can put the values directly in the formula and find out the result as pressure is equal to thrust upon area. You can use the value of thrust as 60 kg. Since it is weight, so this is a better way of writing. It is 60 kg weight. So 60 kg weight is the thrust applied by the girl on area of 20 centimeters square. But since I have not written the question clearly, this is a very simple example that I am giving. This is the area of one single foot. But usually we stand on both the feet. We don't stand on 1 foot. So we will multiply it with 2 because the area is double of this. So we get the result as 60 upon 40 kg weight per centimeter square. So this is a way of solving the numericals also. This we will discuss in the next classes. See that pressure is exerted by different objects on the surface depending upon the area of contact. Fluids, which includes gases and liquids, they also exert pressure. Common example is that when you try to inflate a balloon, the balloon expands. It expands because the air that you are blowing into the balloon is exerting some pressure on the walls of the balloon, and that is why it expands. This is the most common example that we can provide you. Similarly, the air around us, the surrounding air around us, the envelope is known as atmosphere, and atmosphere also exerts some pressure on our body. This pressure exerted by the atmosphere is called atmospheric pressure. See, atmospheric pressure has its large, very huge, wide variety of applications in our day-to-day life. So, we'll see an activity to consolidate the concept of atmospheric pressure as well as fluid pressure. So here I am showing you a magical bottle where there are so many bubbles formed here. These bubbles, as you can see, there are 2 holes in this bottle and the bubbles are rising up from the upper hole, whereas from the lower hole some amount of water is drizzling out. This water is coming out because the hole is there, so it will come out. But why water is not coming out from this hole? And what if I close this hole also? Can you see? The amount of water which was coming out from the lower hole has also stopped. A little bit is coming out because I am not able to close it very properly. Now let us see what happens if I press the bottle like this. You can see that 2 streams of water are coming out. The upper stream is traveling a lesser distance, the lower stream is traveling a greater distance. Why does it happen? Because the lower stream is experiencing a greater pressure as compared to the upper stream. In this activity, we saw 2 things. Number 1, when I closed the hole B, there was no water coming out from hole A. But when I keep both of them open, air bubbles rise from B and from A we saw some water coming out. तो ये इसलिए होता है क्योंकि B से जब एयर अंदर जाती है तो उससे वाटर आप पहले इसमें मैं आपको ये बताती हूँ कि पानी की जो हाइट है पॉइंट ए पे वाटर is filled to some height H2. You can see here. Point B पर water is filled at some height H1. Point B पर अगर हम देखें तो कम lesser amount of water is exerting some pressure. Point A पे more amount of water is exerting pressure. तो हम ये देखते हैं कि जिधर हाइट ऑफ वाटर कॉलम ज्यादा है वहां पे ज्यादा प्रेशर लगेगा, जहां पे हाइट ऑफ वाटर कॉलम कम है वहां पे कम प्रेशर लगेगा। तो बी पे वाटर का प्रेशर कम है, ये बात हम याद रखेंगे। ए पे वाटर का प्रेशर ज्यादा है, तो इसीलिए ए में से जो वाटर स्ट्रीम निकलती है वो दूर तक जाती है और बी से वाटर स्ट्रीम पास तक जाती है। लेकिन जब हमने उसको प्रेस किया था तब ये काम हो रहा था, बट जब प्रेस नहीं किया था तो बी में से बबल्स ऊपर जा रहे थे। तो बबल्स क्यों ऊपर जा रहे हैं? क्योंकि यहाँ पे प्रेशर कम है, इसलिए एयर बबल्स यहां से अंदर जा करके और ऊपर की तरफ राइज करते हैं। ये कैप इसका बंद था, आपको याद रखना है। When the cap is closed, this phenomena was observed. Then what happens when the cap is opened? That also is a question. You should think about it. So when air bubbles come from here, they allow water to go from point A. इसी तरीके से अगर हम कभी भी दो होल्स बना करके ऑयल को कैन से खाली करते हैं, then only oil can be poured. When there are 2 points, one point allows the air to get inside it, which creates an ease for the water to escape out from that point where the pressure is higher. So fluid pressure, atmospheric pressure, इन सब बातों के अंदर कुछ चीजें कॉमन है। वो क्या कॉमन है कि फ्लूइड प्रेशर जो है वो हाइट ऑफ द फ्लूइड कॉलम पे डिपेंड करता है। दूसरा, ये डेंसिटी ऑफ फ्लूइड पे भी डिपेंड करता है। डेंसिटी ऑफ फ्लूइड, डेंसिटी ऑफ फ्लूइड पे अगर डेंसिटी ज्यादा है फ्लूइड की तो फ्लूइड प्रेशर ज्यादा लगेगा। हम इसको समझ सकते हैं। सपोज इन प्लेस ऑफ वाटर आई फिल denser fluid here. Suppose I fill glycerin here. So glycerin will be heavier than water, so it will exert a greater pressure on point A. Therefore, we can say that fluid pressure depends upon the density of the fluid also. Then all the thrust which is exerted by the fluid will be zero if there is no gravity. If we go in empty space where there is zero gravity space, there the thrust will be zero and therefore there will be no fluid pressure. So it depends upon G also. G is known as acceleration due to gravity. This you will learn in higher classes in 9th standard itself. But this is acceleration due to gravity. You can understand it as an effect of gravity. Had there been no gravity, then fluid pressure would have been zero. Now this is the reason why at higher altitudes, पहाड़ों के ऊपर जब आप जाएंगे तो एटमॉस्फेयर की जो है, ये आप सपोज यू आर, दिस इज अर्थ, दिस इज द सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ एंड दिस इज अ प्लेन सरफेस एंड दिस इज द हायर माउंटेन. So suppose you are here on the plane and when you go on the mountain, there is some change which appears. The height of fluid column here, height of air column in case of mountain is lesser as compared to height of air column on the plane. This is why the pressure due to atmosphere on the plane will be more. Another thing, as you go up, the air of the atmosphere keeps on becoming thinner. Air की डेंसिटी कम होती जाती है, तो हाइट भी कम हो गई माउंटेन पे, एयर की डेंसिटी भी कम हो गई और ग्रेविटी भी थोड़ी ऊंचाई पे जाने के बाद में धीरे धीरे कम होती है. तो ऑल दीज 3 फैक्टर्स कॉन्ट्रीब्यूट to make the fluid pressure or the atmospheric pressure lower on the mountains. Now, another thing which is seen, when you go on the mountains, sometimes in hilly regions what happens that you start bleeding from your nose or start bleeding from your ears. जहाँ पे स्किन की लेयर बहुत थिन होती है वहां से ब्लीडिंग स्टार्ट हो जाती है. तो ये क्यों होता है? क्योंकि हमारी बॉडी के अंदर blood is counterbalancing that atmospheric pressure which is always acting on us. As you go on the higher altitudes, their atmospheric pressure reduces. Atmospheric pressure कम हो जाता है और अंदर जो blood का pressure है उसमें कोई change नहीं आता. तो blood का pressure being higher there at the higher altitudes starts oozing out from those weaker points from where the blood capillaries find a way to eject. So that is why on higher altitudes the nose sometimes starts bleeding. Another thing which happens on the mountains is that when you go on the higher altitudes, with decrease in pressure, the boiling point of water also decreases. मतलब पानी का जो boiling point है normal atmospheric pressure पर 100 डिग्री सेल्सियस होता है. जब आप हायर ऑल्टीट्यूड्स पे जाओगे, प्रेशर कम होगा तो पानी जल्दी उबलने लगेगा. When water starts boiling early, तो उससे क्या होगा कि कुकिंग जो है, कुकिंग becomes difficult. कुकिंग की प्रोसेस में क्या होता है कि जो भी आप वेजिटेबल ले रहे हैं फॉर कुकिंग, वेजिटेबल इज सेड टू बी कुक्ड व्हेन ऑल द सेल्स आर द सेल वॉल्स. बेसिकली हम लोग जब प्लांट्स को जब हम कुक करते हैं तो उसकी जो सेल वॉल्स होती हैं वो एक तरीके से स्मूथ हो जाती है, सॉफ्ट हो जाती है, या उनका ही कुकिंग होता है बेसिकली. तो सेल वॉल्स जो रिजिड हैं उनको कुकिंग के लिए थोड़ी हीट चाहिए. तो दैट हीट इज प्रोवाइडेड बाय वाटर कंटेंट विच इज प्रेजेंट इन द वेजिटेबल इटसेल्फ. और जब वाटर कंटेंट जल्दी से बॉइल हो जाता है तो कुकिंग डिफिकल्ट हो जाती है. दैट इज व्हाई इट बिकम्स डिफिकल्ट टू कुक on the mountains and it starts bleeding when you go on the higher altitudes. Why have you ever wondered that aircrafts are also pressurized? This is a question which I am leaving for you. Just think upon it and get back with your answers.